Ma'am, can we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am has joined. Principal ma'am has joined. Just Jennifer, one
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
Nitaraman ma'am. Yes, ma'am has also joined. Yes, we can start.
Can we start the session, ma'am?
Yes.
Happy afternoon to everyone present here. I welcome you all to the Impact Lecture Series, Session 2, conducted by the Institutions Innovative Council. Today's session, we have Ms. Vandana Maheshwari, Managing Director, PRK Extrusions Private Limited, as a speaker. We have our dynamic Madam Principal, Dr. R. Shanti. We have our energetic Vice Principal, Dr. P. Anita Raman, and our zestful Student Dean Affairs, Dr. Maslin. Welcome you all. Before we start our session, we will seek Almighty's blessings. I request Ms. Shashi Rekha, BCom General Shift 1, second year to
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुद्धं ब्रह्म विचारसार परमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनी वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिका जडदधि पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दे तं परदेवता भगवती बुद्धिप्रदा शारदा. Thank you.
Thank you, Shashi Rekha. IIC is a part of Minister of Education, Government of India. Innovation Cell was established to systematically foster the culture of innovation in all higher education institutions across the country. Anna Adarsh College for Women is indeed proud and honored to be part of Ministry of Education's initiative and to host this Impact Lecture series for the benefit of the students. Without further ado, I would request Madam Principal, Dr. R. Shanti, Principal, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Jennifer. We must keep feeding the brain with ideas, thoughts, and worldly knowledge to open up new possibilities. Wishing you all a pleasant afternoon. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge and thank the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell for selecting our esteemed institution for the Impact Lecture Series 2022. On behalf of the management, Punjab Association, and the Institution Innovation Council of Anna Adarsh College for Women, I take immense pleasure in welcoming our guest speaker, Mrs. Vandana Maheshwari, President, Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs, India, and Managing Director of VRK Extrusions Private Limited. Thank you very much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and joining us today virtually. I'm also delighted to welcome the IIC facilitators, professors, and students of our college and various other institutions. The topic of today's Impact Lecture 1 of Session 2 is a journey from pre-incubation to a well-established business enterprise. I'm extremely excited to hear from our expert speaker today, looking forward to be inspired by the successful entrepreneur herself. Success doesn't come from what we do occasionally. It comes from what we do consistently. Happy listening and wish you all a great evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Dr. V. Anita Raman, Vice Principal, Dean Academics, and President of IIC, to introduce the speaker. Thank you,
Happy
ma'am.
afternoon to one and all assembled here virtually. As President of IIC of Adarsh College for Women, I wish to thank Ministry of Education Innovation Council MIC for having selected our college to deliver Impact Lecture Series. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today's Impact Lecture on a journey from pre-incubation to a well-established business enterprise. Ms. Vandana Maheshwari is a national president of COWE India. Since 2004, when she joined the organization at its start, she has worked tirelessly to empower women via entrepreneurship. She is also the managing director of VRK Extrusions Private Limited. In life, you get what you negotiate, is her favorite quote. And she adds to the quote with her ideology that is, any woman can do what I did. It doesn't matter what you want. What matters is how strongly you want it. She is also the managing director of VRK Extrusions Private Limited. Ms. Vandana Maheshwari, a perfectionist and a lively entrepreneur with outstanding communication skills and a love for traveling to seek opportunities. She believes that everything is possible because impossible means I am possible in her dictionary. She considers herself fortunate to have been born in Rajasthan, raised in West Bengal, married and settled in Telangana. She holds a postgraduate degree from the Indian Institute of Cost and Works Accountants. She has always been career-oriented and credits her success to her family and co for motivating her to advance in life. Her parents promoted her independence starting at the age of 8. She set a standard for all girl children in her conservative society. She believes that small efforts can lead to big changes. Thus, she assists the women community in gaining recognition in society. Let us all welcome Ms. Vandana Maheshwari for her upcoming amazing lecture. It is so good to have you here, ma'am, and thank you so much for joining us today. Looking forward to your presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
ma'am.
Dr. Anita.
Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anita. I think you've raised my levels beyond what I'm supposed to be. So thank you so much. I don't know what Dr. Masleen has been telling you. So thank you so much. And good afternoon, Madam Principal, Dr. R. Shanti. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity today. I hope I do justice to what the topic is. And without much ado, let's start. So I would like to start from COWE. As COWE, I am the president of COWE. So we would like to start and let everybody know what COWE is all about. So COWE was conceptualized in 2004, and 6 first-generation women entrepreneurs decided that it's time that we form an organization where we can uplift other women by our expertise and our experiences. So that is how COWE started, and the 17-year-long journey has been a very fruitful journey where we have impacted a lot of women entrepreneurs and empowered them in many ways. I think we could do justice to the fact that we will just do a quick run through the COWE presentation. So if I may share the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So shall I stop sharing my screen, ma'am?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. So COWE, as you know, started on 22nd of November by 6 successful first-generation entrepreneurs. It's a not-for-profit organization under Section 8 of the Companies Law. Now, the vision is to be a national association of women business owners that propels women entrepreneurs into economic and political spheres of power. And our mission is generally to be that organization which can be the go-to organization where women know, yes, all my problems or redressals would be taken care of. So we are spread across 11 chapters, 11 states in the country, and we have about 1,000+ member strong team. And we are the only NGO who has signed an MOU with NSIC to take their programs to the grassroots. We are the best business association as awarded by FTA PCCI. We are registered on the NGO Darpan portal, Niti Aayog. We are also having the ATG certificates and the 12A certificates to receive donations, registered under the FCRA, so we can get foreign contributions. We are ISO certified, and we have the gold NABED certificate also. And we are an organization which is well recognized by the central government as well as the state governments. Our achievements speak about themselves, about the organization, I think. We've mentored about 1 lakh plus women in 17 years. We are on the board of NIMSME, NSIC, MSME, AP State Government Industrial Task Force, etc. We are the registered technical agency under NIMSME for Spurti scheme, where we are developing Haldi cluster in Chintapalli district in AP and coming up with other 2 more clusters around. We are registered as the hand-holding agency on Stand Up India portal by SIDBI, registered under the NSDCS Training Center to provide skill developments. We've signed MOUs with many women associations in India and abroad. And this is what we do. We do a lot of marketing linkages, seminars and workshops to bring awareness, lots of training programs, business networking, mentoring and support, infrastructure support. So we have a 30-acre industrial land allotted to just Kobe, and which is the first of its kind in Asia, where all women owners are registered there. So they are running their units there. So what COVID does is support a women entrepreneur from the ideation stage to success, and then go further by celebrating their successes. So we train, handhold, support, mentor, and celebrate the various stages of entrepreneurship of every member at whatever stage they be. We do a lot of marketing linkages through national and international exhibitions. We have tie-ups with Amazon Saheli, We Connect, Harmony Talks, My Startup TV. We also did an online platform during the COVID times where we gave our members the opportunity to exhibit on a virtual platform for almost 90 days. And the journey speaks about itself, that we've done 26 national exhibitions with more than 3,000 participants and 10 plus crores of business. 15 international exhibitions in 12 countries with 200 participants, with most of them coming back with good businesses. So these are our training programs, so EDPs, ESDPs, and lots of workshops. These are the numbers, so I think the numbers speak for themselves. We do a lot of seminars and conferences. During COVID, it was a blessing because we went virtual, and now we are able to address more people and get more people network with us and impart knowledge and disseminate a lot of information to them. So I think rather than people coming to us, we have started going to the people through these virtual modes. We have done a lot of business networking. So we have our WhatsApp groups and large networking events happening, brand walks, B2B meetings. So during these exhibitions, we normally do the B2C happens, but the B2Bs also happen. And our mentoring and support comes through experienced entrepreneurs who mentor the new entrepreneurs, links to consultants and professionals in various fields. We help with funding agencies, so we have connects with the banks and other organizations like SIDBI, etc. We have a lot of connects with government agencies affiliated with incubators and accelerators. So this is the industrial park that I was talking about a little earlier. And this is the first of its kind in Asia. We have the Integrated Infrastructure Development Scheme, under which we have developed the infrastructure there. So we have a CFC center there. And we've recently started a daycare center also there. So the daycare center addresses the needs of the women who are working in these industrial estates and who don't know where to leave their children, and are most of the time not able to devote enough, purpose to the work they are doing because they're worried about what's happening to their children back home. So these are the daycare centers that we have put up, and we've already done it in 6 industrial parks across the state. We are targeting 20 by the end of the year. Our advocacy with the government is where we, kind of try and tell them that, yes, this is what needs to be done for women, and these policies need to be implemented in the new upcoming policies. COVE is the only women's organization invited for the budget seminar with Prime Minister Shri Modi ji and Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman to, kind of tell them that what is missing, where the women's policies women-targeted policies are in place. So we do a lot of regular updates through emails and WhatsApp. Of course, WhatsApp has become a rampant thing, and everybody knows what's happening on WhatsApp. So these are our key partners with whom we have linkages, and this is how we are moving forward. We also have young COVE where, like students like you, where we kind of disseminate information to you and inculcate the culture of entrepreneurship at a young age, so that by the time you're finished with your duties and, well settled in life, you're already running a successful enterprise. These are our plans for the next 3 years. So I think now we can move forward. So thank you so much. And am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, that's all about COVE. And without further wasting our time, let's get on to the topic of the day, that is pre-incubation to running a successful enterprise. Now, I think the best way to explain this also would be through a PPT. So okay, so here we go. This is how we start. So the first thing, primary thing that comes into our mind when we think of, starting an enterprise.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Sorry, ma'am. We are not able to view your screen, ma'am, if you are presenting.
One second.
Yes, ma'am. Even previously, we didn't see the screen, ma'am.
Oh, you didn't
About
see the screen?
COVID.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We
About
were not able to
COVID.
view the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you? I thought I had the sharing rights.
No, ma'am. We didn't see the about COVID screen.
Do you want me to quickly run it again? Now, can you see it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Is it possible for you to share the link of the PPT so that we can share from our end, ma'am?
I can share it to Marceline's number, and then she can share it with you.
Yes,
that would be
ma'am.
faster. Yes.
Yeah, yes,
I'll just share it. I've sent it to you, Marceline. Marceline?
I'm sending to Jenny.
Yeah, you've got it now.
Jennifer, please check now. I have sent to your WhatsApp.
Yes, ma'am. I've received it, ma'am. I will share it, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Vandana, ma'am, I was wondering where the about COVID I'm unable to see. So I thought in my mobile I wasn't able to.
No. I mean, you didn't point out. I thought the screen was being shared and everybody was looking with, hearing me with lots of attention. So, do you want me to share it again? I can just send it and you can share it with everybody.
Yes, ma'am. It's only a 3-minute we have made now, ma'am, for COVID.
Yeah. So you want me to share it?
Yes, ma'am. Let them see, ma'am, COVID.
Okay. I'm just sending it to you. done. I've sent it to you.
Jennifer, have you received Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs screen? I mean, PPT?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you first play that. After
Okay,
that, you
ma'am.
continue with ma'am's
Yes,
PPT.
ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Because it's a very big organization and let
Yeah,
our
I was
students
also
do that.
wondering the students should
Yeah,
know
yes.
about it.
So I think we can just run through the PPT. They won't want me to hear, want to hear
Yes,
me
ma'am.
again. Yes, so just run
There
through the
was
PPT. That would be good.
rapt attention while you were speaking. We are all hearing.
Because
So now
they
we'll
must
do it.
they must be wondering what's happening. We can't see anything. We can only hear somebody talking.
Yeah.
Is it okay, ma'am? Can
Yes,
I scroll it down?
yes, please.
Ma'am, there is no volume for it. No.
No, there's no background.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Please.
Can I stop, ma'am, or
Yes,
have
this is
anything to?
over. It's
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's over.
It's over.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
So we could start with the other PPT, pre-incubation.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute. Let me- Just a minute, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Okay, now a small request. If I could see some faces, it would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, requesting the audience to please turn on your cameras. Students, please. Ma'am wants to interact with you, so please turn your cameras. Ma'am, you're muted, ma'am.
Yes, can I start?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So thank you all for being here. I see a nice, pleasant, gathering here and lots of students. I hope I'm able to, do justice to the topic today. And we have with us Charu Dhyani, who's gone through this journey, and Maya Vivek, who's also gone through this journey. So it will be nice to interact with them also in between the sessions. So let's make it a very interactive session today. Charu, if you could just say hi. I yes, here she is.
Hi,
Maya, are you
Vandana.
there?
I'm here too. Yeah,
Okay,
hello.
Maya's here.
Yes,
So
yeah.
we will hear about the journey from the horse's mouth, the two horses we have here today. So it would be nice to hear from. Let's start right away. So, as the topic says, journey from pre-incubation to a well-established business enterprise. Next slide, please. So now there are three things that we have to keep in mind, and these are the spectrums that kind of decide whether we are able to move further or not. So the first thing is the mindset. The second is the emotions and the challenges, and these come in every phase of the incubation period, the pre-incubation period, and post-incubation. Next slide, please. So, as we say, when we decided to start enterprise, the first thing that goes is my idea is amazing and it will change the world. But this is not the case every time. My idea may be amazing to me, but not to the entire world. And I might be the only one who knows about I might not be the only one who knows about the idea. There would be others knowing it. Only when I step into the other part of the system do I know Kia. There are a lot many who are also contemplating doing business in the same idea. So the next thought that comes to my mind is, do I have enough money and resources to start this enterprise? And I don't know enough people to seek advice. So you have to be very sure what you want to do, and then take your next step, because it is very important that either you know where your resources are and where you will get your funding from. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to kind of stop yourself at every place, and then that way lose a lot of time, because time is very valuable in such a stage. Now, there are other things that you need to know is what are the current rules and laws that I need to look at, because starting an enterprise is not just that, yeah, I've decided to do this and I will start doing this. There are a lot of legal issues and aesthetics that go into starting an enterprise. I am not good at finance, accounting, marketing, sales, product development. You don't need to be. You just need to have that goal in your mind that, yes, I want to be an entrepreneur, and everything will fall into place. You will have to build a team from there. And then only you can proceed further. Next thought that comes is my idea really good? You have to believe in yourself to know that, yes, my idea is good and I will make it work. how can I create a business of scale that will become huge? Now, can we go back to the previous slide, please? Yes. So now, when you plan, yes, I want to start an enterprise, you think the journey is going to be very, very smooth sailing. You'll just start and, you can see the finish line right there in front of you. That's not the case every time. You have a lot of roller coaster things happening. So you decide, yes, this will happen tomorrow, but it does not happen tomorrow. It may happen the day after. And that is also a may there. It may or may not. So you have to keep your focus intact. You have to be sure of what you are thinking. You have to have that belief in you ki, yes, I will do it, and you will reach there one day. So this has, the focus is the primary thing that you have to have. Otherwise, you cannot proceed further. Next slide, please. The next. Yes. So now when you start when you've thought about this, you'll have a lot of emotional, upheavals. What am I doing? Is this the right thing? Shall I do it or not? Lots of things. So you will be confused. You'll have so many pathways in front of you, you don't know which one to take. And the question will always come whether this is the right one or not, or should I go on this left, right, front, back. You don't know. You're very confused. So you have to find a way. You'll have to build a team where one person can take one decision, or one person is good at one decision, another person is good at another decision. So the team in totality will be able to conceive an idea which will become a successful idea. So the other emotional things could be, yes, you're worried, you're not able to sleep, you are all the time, you're on your tenterhooks. What should I do next, or should I continue with this? So these are a little bit of emotional challenges you will have, but as if you're focused, you will get through all of this. There is no way that anything can stop you if you are, you've made up your mind that yes, I have to do, and I have to make this a successful enterprise. Next slide, please. Yes, so the common challenges that you will face would be the lack of experience, obviously, because you just thought about the enterprise, you've not even started it. So the lack of experience is there. You'll have lack of resources, so you won't know whom to depend on and whom not to depend on. You'll have to figure out a way, and you will have your mentors, your peers who can help you around in this. Funds, yes, whether you want to take a loan or you have a family background where somebody can fund you, your dad can fund you. But every time you have to ensure that the thought in you should be that I have to return these funds. These are not mine. This is a loan and I have to repay it. Only then will you value that money. Otherwise, the thing is, my father's given me, it doesn't matter even if I lose it. No, that should not be the case. You will have staff shortages because you are not able to pay everybody. So you'll have to you will be keeping your staff to the minimum. So you will have to find people who, can multitask and who can help you through that pre-incubation journey so that, at the next level, you can afford more staff. Lack of technical expertise. No entrepreneur has all the technical expertise required. You gain it through experience, you gain it in your journey, or you gain it from a team in which there would be a technical expert or from an expert per se. So you'll have to find these people, take help from people who can help you out with these, or you can connect you to people. Now, I think we've done the pre-incubation stage. Let's hear it from Maya and Charu as to what was their journey during the pre-incubation. So should we start with Charu?
Yes, Vandana.
Yes, Charu. So let's hear it from you.
So, as you said that before pre-incubation, there are lots of questions in your mind. There's lots of dilemmas. There's lots of confusions, and basically, it's all a big head filled with different types of questions. And so was the case, with us as well. And especially because we had separate questions, because we also come from a field which is field of sustainability, and we have separate technical questions as well, and questions about how will we market the type of products and services that we are
It's
providing.
basically a jumbled ball of wool inside your head, which you have to
Yes.
unjumble now.
Absolutely. So pre-incubation is very important, that we were lucky enough to get the right kind of advices, right kind of mentors. We could approach people who had experience in running an enterprise. So from them came a lot of experienced experience advices, and and I think that helped us a lot in that pre-incubation stage, finding the right type of people to guide us with, and to provide us with the technical expertise as well.
So, Charu, if you could just know a little bit about what you do exactly, so the students get to know, okay, this is another field that we could look forward to.
Right. So I started a brand called Woodbox around 5 years ago, and the intention was how can we work on climate change? How can we mitigate climate change? How can we make this world more sustainable? And how can we make sure people become more environmentally conscious so that we can all live healthier, right? That's what, at the end of the day, what we want. And so now we have different verticals. One is where we provide consumer goods products, which are sustainable products to people like you and me. And we also work with many brands, companies, and institutions, and we help them achieve their ESG goals and help them become sustainable with their products and services. In short, that's what we do.
Great, great. Thank you, Charu. And we have Maya here. So Maya, like Charu was saying, you have to find the right mentors. What is the parameter or the basic thing that you should look for in a mentor, Key? What makes you understand this is the perfect mentor for me?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. This is Maya Vivek here, and I run a company called, or a brand called Holy Waste. What we do here is seemingly very novel. I mean, not many people are doing it here. We recycle flower waste. So as you can see, I mean, this was an idea that is not very, prevalent, or something which already had a lot of precedence, which we could emulate, which we could, see and do. And I started it in 2019 along with a friend of mine. So the thing here was that, there was no precedence. That was one particular problem. I mean, this was something new that we took up. Hardly, I mean, probably there was just one a company that was doing it. So in South India, as such, there was nobody else doing it. Now, like what Charu said, yes, I mean, we were at a point where we didn't know who else to look at, because you just had an idea. And what we did was talk to people. So that helps, because you do not come with a clear-cut idea as to who is going to be your mentor at all, because you do not really know who's going to contribute, especially if your idea is novel. You really do not know who is going to contribute to that particular idea 100%. However, what you will need to do is chalk out the basic structure of your business, in the sense making a business plan, of course, is a fundamental thing that you will have to do. Once that is done, you know what is going to be your product and who are going to help you make that particular product or service. Accordingly, you will have to find people who will either domain experts, or people who are working in that particular field, or academicians who are teaching in that field, and look for R&D if anything has been done at all. So this is how we went into looking for our mentor. I mean, we spoke to a lot of people, trying to understand, okay, now for example, flower recycling would require somebody who is a basic chemistry knowledge was required. So we wanted somebody who had a science background, who was good with chemistry. So we went and targeted institutions like IICT, which is institution, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. We also spoke to agri universities to see if there was any remediation which was happening with floral waste. So such people, you need to realize and understand as to who are the people or who are the resources who are going to help you out, and start building that particular network. So that's how your mentor will eventually, they say if you have the right idea, the right mentor will definitely follow you. So that's probably what happened with us as well. So keep the focus, be very clear with what you want to do, and then look around. Keep your eyes and ears open. You will find the right people.
So thank you, Maya. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charu. And I think we've got a lot of insight into what the pre-incubation stage is like. So now we can move to the incubation stage. And once we have tackled the pre-incubation stage, it becomes easier because now your idea is in place. Your mentors may be in place, may or may not be, because gradually as you move further, as you progress, you might find more mentors or who could, add to the mentoring that you're already having. So next slide, please. Now we'll see what incubation brings. So again, with incubation also come the same three parameters, that is your mindset, your emotions, and your challenges. That these three parameters will be there at every stage of your enterprise, every stage that you move forward. Even we today, after being into business for almost 25 years and 30 years, we still face these challenges. So these should not deter you at all. Next slide, please. Yeah, so with incubation comes the basic three phases in a little more advanced stage where you do a lot of networking as to where could be your market, who could be your potential buyers, who could be, mentoring you before the potential buyers come, and who could be telling you the way forward in a better stance. You have to do a lot of learning. You are in a technical age where Google, every information is available on Google. We had to do a lot of, inquiring and finding people, going from here to there. Right now, you people have information at your fingertips. So everything is easily available. Do as much research as you can. You're saving time because Google is there. So do as much research as you can on Google. Find out your information, whatever you require, assimilate it, and then you can put it forward to your mentor, and the mentor can say, okay, no, this is not right, let's do it this way. So there is a lot of ways and means through which things can be put in place. Next slide, please. Okay, so next comes your mindset during the incubation period. Now you have got your idea, you want to put it in place, but your nitty-gritties of the business, you are a first-time entrepreneur. You're going to be a first-time entrepreneur. So everything looks hanky-dory from the outside. It looks very rosy, but the picture is not rosy at all. So you will learn these nitty-gritties of the business world and how my idea can evolve. That is your main focus, because ultimately only when the idea evolves will you be getting to the stage of running the successful enterprise. You have to learn how to manage your resources and the staff so that your business will do better and become the best. So it is a continuously evolving process. It's not that you've done today and tomorrow you don't need to do anything further. You'll have to keep doing. And there is no time when you are there. You always have to, try to be there. You can never be there. Or if you be there, you have to maintain yourself there. So these are two aspects of the same, two sides of a coin. You have to develop a network of people whom you think from whom you can take advice and who could help you achieve solutions. So you should be able to judge the person. He's not talking in air, or he's not just there to please me. He's actually, giving me inputs that should be there. And on my face, somebody who can talk to you on the face whether you're doing right or wrong. Not a person who says, ha, you are doing right, but actually you're not doing right. So you have to be able to judge whether the person you are asking advice for is the right person. And that only you can do. I think it's intuition which kind of gets you there because for me, intuition works a lot. I give it a thought before believing everybody, and you just get it. Your mind tells you yes, this is the right thing to do. So go with your mind and with your heart together. Next thing comes is I now know experts in finance, accounting, marketing, sales, product development, etc. Everything is falling in place, but you still will have little things that crop up in your mind now and then as to how you move forward. You have your finances in place, money is there, but you have to keep a buffer. You can't say I have 5 lakhs in mind, let me start. You have to have that 6 lakh also, because you never know when it might be when you might require more funds. Accounting, yes, there are professionals who will do it for you. Marketing, you will have a team, but initially, because your funding will be tight, your resources will be tight, you'll have to take care of many things yourselves. You will have to work on the sales prior to starting the enterprise, because you'll have to find your customer base. Unless you find the customer base, there is no point in you starting an enterprise. Product development is again an evolving process, because today what you have in your mind, the idea works, but tomorrow it may not work. Your product has to keep having value added to it. So value addition is it's a very, very vital point that has to be continuously worked upon. I know how to scale my business and create a business that can be huge. Yes, we all know. But every thought that we have may be successful is not the rosy picture that is in front of us. So we have to work towards making our business idea into a huge success. Next slide, please. Okay, now come the emotions in the incubation stage. So, I've left this slide blank. Why? Because that's how you feel exactly when you are this is your emotional status when you are in the incubation stage. So most startups during incubation get to learn ways to run a business, connect to relevant people, and possibly understand how to get funding. But they are still blank, because they've got everything, they've learned everything, but they are still not sure whether what they have got or what they've learned is the right thing. They think it is the right thing. It may or may not be. Next slide, please. Okay, now the challenges that you have during your incubation stages are lack of experience, lack of resource optimization, lack of funds, investment opportunity, staff shortage, lack of technical expertise and connections. So how do you address these? So lack of experience, you'll always have to find people who can handhold you, who can give you tips on how, who are already into that field, who've already gained experience in that field, and through their learnings, they can tell you, through their experience, they can tell you that, yes, this is the way forward. This is how you can. So you don't have to go through that process which they went through, because they've already gone through the process and they are there to handhold you. Resource optimization advice can be taken on resource optimization. So there are people available, there are professionals available who are ready to do this. You'll have to find the right professional who's not very expensive and who gives you the right advice. So lack of funds, you will get possible investment opportunities. You'll have to probably pitch your idea to a person who's ready to take it and who's ready to invest in it. Or, there are various means of getting funded, and you'll have to find the right means of getting your funds. So it could be a bank loan. There are many opportunities, like, if you are a greenfield entrepreneur and you are a women category, you will have, you can get your loan through the SIDBI's Stand Up India portal. Or there are other Startup India loans are also there. So many loans are available. Banks also do fund you, but your project has to be really, really viable for them to, kind of take interest in it. For staff shortage, you'll have to take help from people who can assist you in hiring people. So initially, I think keeping your and hiring staff in 1 or 2 phases is always good, because you think I will do wonders, but you may not do. So unnecessary adding a cost factor is not right. You should go slow on this. Lack of technical expertise, this can be addressed with mentoring, and getting technical expertise on the Google is also a very, very easy job now. But there are many in the field, or you find an incubation hub where you can go and get your technical knowledge that you want from there. Next slide. So now we come to the final stage of, we finish with pre-incubation and we finish with incubation. Now comes the next best phase, that yes, I'm not an established enterprise. I'm establishing myself. I'm not established as yet. So what is this? So let's get a feedback from Charu and Maya again here. So Maya, let's hear it from you, how you went through your incubation period.
Yeah, in fact, a line on what you were telling here. I mean, established enterprise is probably quite an enigma, because I mean, you're constantly evolving. You're constantly trying to establish yourself, and that's the entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah. So instead of established, we should say establishing.
Establishing, yes.
Yes.
So how yeah, like I said, I mean, we didn't know where to look for mentors, where to start off at all, because we have this idea, but then how do you take it forward? So we were guided to incubation centers in Telangana, and we approached incubators like WeHub and also AIDNAM, which is the Agriculture University's incubation center. And we were selected in their first cohorts, and from there on, the journey began. Actually, from the idea that okay, you have a raw idea as to, okay, I want to work with floral waste now, but how do you make it happen? What is it that you require to make it happen? Even a base establishment of a company, understanding different types of what are the types of company, the legal entities that you could get into. Should you be a private limited company? Should you be a LLP, or should you be a sole proprietary company or partnership? So there were all of these things which we never had a clue what to do. So incubation centers in that way help you in giving it a basic structure which you can then develop as per your understanding and as per the network that grows alongside all of this work that is happening. So starting from there to meeting investors or funding opportunities that come your way, because incubation centers tend to attract all of this, because they have a bunch of such incubatees who are startups, and to whom they require to give this kind of services. And hence you have all of this in one particular place. So it's hence rightfully called a hub. So you go there and you have all the kinds of all the nodal points that are required for for an enterprise to begin. So starting from, like I said, I mean, what advices on what kind of a company to begin with, what are the licenses, what are the compliance related or the regulatory related requirements that you need to fulfill. And then even making your business plan. Most of us, I mean, although we would have worked somewhere, in good positions or not, or we are homemakers or fresh out of college, theory can sometimes be very different to what is practical. So, sitting with a paper and pen and jotting down or putting together a business plan itself will give you a lot of idea as to how you want to start your business and how you would like to run it as well. So even that particular thing. So everything related to how shape your idea and bring it to reality. So what you have in your mind now comes out as a in actuality. So all of this, a business incubation center is able to help you out. And this is exactly what happened with us. We were fortunate enough to be guided by these incubation hubs, which helped us refine all this raw idea, what was there in our heads. And it all came out in the form that it is today.
So,
Yeah.
one quick question is, how do you know that this is the incubator you want to go to? Or how do you look for an incubator for that matter?
Vandanaji, I really like that particular point that you mentioned about your intuition. Many a times, like in life, even business is part of your life, and your intuition really works. So the moment you meet a particular person or an entity, and you introduce your business, and the way they take it, the way they relate to your business as much as you do or do not do, these things will guide you. So it's first, of course, is your gut feeling. I mean, whether or not this incubator is good for you or not. Second, it has to be backed by data, which means it's your homework. So you need to do your groundwork on your own research and find out from people. So it while it sounds very sweet and cute to say, "Oh, I didn't know, I was naive," and all of that, but it is sheer stupidity if you do not back your idea with a practical research and your own homework. So,
Absolutely. A very
exactly,
vital point.
nobody else who is to blame other than yourself if you were to go to a wrong incubator. And of course, mistakes to hoti hai, you do make mistakes, but honestly, there is not a single relationship from where you do not learn anything. So you should be able to leverage something out of any particular mentor or incubation center that you have become part of, even if it is by mistake, or even if after you realize that they are not really they are not really helping you in any way, but there are some takeaways definitely that you get from them. So your gut feeling and backed by your homework and research about them is what you need to do to figure out whether they are able to help you out. For example, I mean, if you're a fintech, a fintech startup, you are not going to an agriculture, business incubation center, which is attached to an agriculture university. So some basic understanding and some basic homework that needs to be done. This is my advice.
Also, I think a person should get into an enterprise or try to get into an enterprise where he thinks or she thinks that, this is her field, not because everybody else is doing. So
Exactly.
it shouldn't be like you're kind of, intrigued by what other person is doing and making more money. So probably I will
Absolutely.
make
So
more
what is
money.
the
That
exactly what
should
is
be
the value add, that person or that entity is bringing to you, be it an incubation center or be it a mentor? What is the value add that person? It might be in, the value add can be tangible or intangible, but there will be something that person is adding. Is that person adding value at all? That's something which the entrepreneur has to realize and appreciate, and then go for it.
So, Charu, do you have something more to add to this? Because both of you are in different fields. So, definitely the way you went through your incubator process, it would have been a different scale altogether than what Maya went through.
So I think Maya has covered a lot of ground and mentioned about a lot of things here. What I would like to, add and not repeat here is about entrepreneurship being also a very lonely journey. Even if you have,
Absolutely.
even if
Totally.
you hire a couple of employees, and let's say if you then are going into an incubation, even then it's a pretty lonely journey. So incubation provides you a peer-to-peer network, and you understand that what your problem is not just your problem, it's actually a problem of 10 other people. So you're not alone in this. And a lot of times others may have found out solutions to the questions that you have right now, or problem you are facing. So there's also a lot to learn from peers, from fellow entrepreneurs, no matter what stage or what type of business they're trying to build. Essentially, what I found is all of us face kind of similar problems. Maybe the technical aspects may be different, but the bedrock of problems is pretty much same. Whether it is people, hiring, funds, resources, infrastructure, a lot of things are same. So peer to peer network is something that, as an incubation, has helped us a lot in growing and in maturing and in learning and in support both, as I said, both technical or problem support, but also a lot of emotional support, a lot of support that keeps you, makes you sane, keeps you sane, or helps you go through from one day or 1 week to the next week. So that's one. Second, I think it kind of gives you a different perspective to networking, because when you start off as an entrepreneur, most of them, would start as a solopreneur and then kind of build on things. So you are, you kind of, you're tuned to kind of just keep on working on the idea, maybe 10 hours, 16 hours, whatever people choose to, but you continue to just work and not entertain the ideas of networking as part of building an enterprise. So it opens your entire mind to networking. It's like a mindset shift where you now understand how networking through incubation, they conduct a lot of different events, programs, sometimes also forcefully make you meet people, whatever is the case scenario. But you understand networking from a very different light. At least I have understood networking from a very different light. So networking, and then of course, networking connects you to other type of platforms as well, and then you kind of become part of that platform, and that's a separate thing. And third thing is, sometimes an incubation hub or an incubation understands what else you need to build your enterprise, and connects you to relevant organizations which are, for example, like we are part of Empretech, right, which is United Nations capacity building program, and it works on building entrepreneurship in terms of building behaviors. So I'm sure that incubation understood that this is something that we need to learn as an entrepreneur. We need to build the right kind of behaviors that an entrepreneur should exhibit, and then you kind of get connected to those relevant programs or relevant organizations, and that's like, again, it grows you as an entrepreneur. So apart from everything else that Maya said, these are some of the other things that I thought incubation has helped us.
So one very interesting point that you made was an entrepreneur's journey is very lonely. Now, Charu saying that does not mean that all of you have to get scared about it. It's nothing scary. But yes, if you work alone, probably you'll give better to your enterprise. The inputs that go in would be better, and you will make it a successful enterprise. So let's move forward after this. So next slide, please. Now, what we look up as once we've gone through got over the pre-incubation and the incubation stage, we now come to the mindset that works when during the setting up of the enterprise. So now what the thought process would be: how do I scale more and generate better results, revenue, employment? Now, what every entrepreneur starts thinking, and it's not you or me or anybody else, it's, I think, a general phase that we all go through is, let's make money fast. You are in that process of wanting to make money fast, but money cannot come fast. So if you go gradually, you will stay there. If you try to hurry things, you just might fall. So the higher you go, the faster you will fall. So it's a gradual, slow and steady journey that should be for you to scale up, rather than jump at an opportunity if it comes. But don't just jump, yes, I will do everything and get all the money in one go. No, it doesn't happen that way. So I have taken almost 25 years to reach the level where I am today. It doesn't come easy. Mind you, it doesn't come easy, but it gives you very good results. And ultimately, it gives you that happiness that you have been looking for because you've done it yourself. What new vertical can I start and how can I differentiate my business more? So as you progress with your enterprise, as you progress with your business, you will keep getting more ideas, and you'll keep getting, resources or people telling you, yes, this could be, or you could be looking for opportunities where yes, this value can be added, or this new product can be added to my enterprise because this is in sync with what I'm already doing. And a little change here and there may let me get into this production also. I want to enhance my network and connect with more people I can collaborate with. So always treat your customer with respect. And when you give them the respect, you get the respect. And that customer is always ready to give you more customers. So this is the way you build your network, because this is what we have learned while running our enterprises, that if you treat the customer, they say customer is God. Yes, he is a God, but not every time. And you have to give him that due respect for him to be able to come again and again to you, and in the process bring more people to you. Whom can I help drive their business better? When you become an entrepreneur, your focus should be on creating more entrepreneurs. So when you help create more entrepreneurs, you are building a value chain where you could be doing something and the other person could be doing something, and that person could actually be supporting you. Probably you have a big order and you are not, your infrastructure is not enough to supply that order. This value chain creation will always help you to cater to that big order. And mind you, it works every time. It works every time because that's a community you have built, and community consciousness should be there prime in your mind. How what else can I learn and hone my idea more? So it is a journey. It is a journey where every day you will come across people, or you'll come across ideas, or you'll be networking with people who will just give you, it's just like a light of a bulb. Array, I've got this idea again, I can do this also. So it just happens. There's no process to it. You need to get more people on board, yes, because you're becoming successful. Slowly your enterprise is growing and you definitely need more hands. So as you grow, you keep getting people on board. You hire more staff. You might need more people as your investors, as your team that is working towards building a service, maybe a partner or whatever. So these are things that gradually will happen as in how you move forward into the business. You need to get more money and resources. These are wanted every time and any time, because you want to keep growing. And if you're growing at a pace, there is no harm in getting more funds in and more resources in, because you wanting to grow as a enterprise. And in the process, you're growing some other people also. Next slide, please. So these are the emotions that always come while you're running your enterprise. You continue to learn, you evolve, you innovate new ideas, and you will keep having challenges. Challenges, there's no doubt, they'll keep coming, and you'll keep meeting them because you're focused and you are sure of yourself. You believe in yourself, so you will keep getting these. And if they don't come, your enterprise will become very boring. You wouldn't want to kind of say what to do. It's just running and I have nothing, no challenges, so what do I do? So these are a good way of keeping your gray cells working. Next slide, please. So these are the challenges that have evolved now. You have to continue innovating, as we have been talking through the process of learning how to get from a pre-incubation stage to a successful enterprise. Innovation is a continuous process. You'll have to keep doing it on an ongoing basis. Staff shortage, you will forever have as many number of people. You'll always want to add that one more person, so that you can tackle a certain area. But one thing we have learned from my visit to China is it's one man enterprise mostly there, and they do everything and they're very successful. So lots of hard work goes in. So every time staff shortage challenges should not be taken as a challenge. It should be, if okay, I don't have a staff, let me do it myself. Tomorrow I'll find one. But it does not mean that if you don't have the staff, you just stop there. Oh no, what do I do now? People and client management, again, you give respect, you get respect. So you have to treat them the way you want them to treat you. And that is how you will build your clientele. You will build the network around you, and your enterprise will automatically start getting successful. Now, success has no rating. It is not measurable. success is in your mind. I feel successful today because I'm happy where I am. I don't have those, big. There's no dearth of aspirations. You can aspire to any degree, but you don't know where you want to stop. So it is your personal choice as to what your aspirations are. Keep your aspirations high, and you will, achieve them sooner or later. So that's all from me. And now let's come back to Charu and Maya. Charu, now your challenges that you are facing while you are in the process, you're 5 years into your business. So, what is it like, and what are your daily or ongoing challenges that how do you tackle them?
So I think the challenges that you have pointed out are pretty much everybody's challenge over here, whether it is human resource or whether it is generally resources, because uh, entrepreneurship is not about any particular product or service, right? It's about maybe it's like a characteristic. If you're an entrepreneur, you would want to keep solving some or the other problem, and you want to keep on doing something or the other to solve some or the other problem for which you keep needing money, resources, HR support. You need to network, you need to talk more to people. So after I think after an incubation, when you reach an enterprise level, I think the problems remain same. The magnanimity of the problems may change. Today you may struggle for maybe like a 50 lakhs, tomorrow you may struggle for like a 50 crore, I don't know, but I think the challenges pretty much remain the same. And then of course you have, when you want to do possibly like much bigger thing, then challenges also come at government level. So you would want to move certain policies and you want to do bigger things. That way, possibly, now we feel that what can we do to kind of, because we've started dreaming big. Once you kind of establish yourself and you make some stable base, then your dreams and aspirations, as you said, keep on increasing. And to fulfill those, you start finding out, you need to find, you start finding out how can I, kind of do those things as well. So um, I, I don't know how else to kind of put it forward, but I think it's pretty much the same problems with bigger magnanimity and uh, challenges remain kind of same. I mean, they evolve, but then, I think baseline the same.
Maya.
Yeah, I couldn't help smiling all the way when Charu was explaining it. Yeah, it's just that the problems keep coming as it is supposed to be coming, and it grows. So since we are addressing students, it's like when you are attending your 10th board, that's the biggest problem you have, right? I mean, you want to be done away with your 10th board, and you see there is a nice life, college going life, and all of that. And as you attend your 12th, that's when you feel, oh my God, the 10th was so much better. And then, you're looking at the degree students who appear to be much more carefree with lesser subjects to study because, they have then refined their area of, what do I say, area of interest. So you're looking at, oh, okay, I don't probably need to do a maths, biology, physics and chemistry. Look at them; they are just doing chemistry. But as you get there, you realize, oh, okay, so it's chemistry is not chemistry alone. There are lots of chemistry. So this is exactly how this thing works here as well. I mean, while you have your basics in place, the problem only starts from then on. But it gets interesting. And there is never a dull moment. So. And then what's life without challenges? So it's beautiful that way. It's exciting.
So thumb rule is there's no shortcut to success.
Not at all. Again, taking a point from what Charu said, it's a lonely journey. It's an ongoing one. You are at it continuously.
One thing we've learned through our Empatech workshop is trust and transparency. That has to be there.
Absolutely. Any day. I think we lost her.
Are you there?
There's a power cut. That's the reason.
Looks like.
Power cut.
Jennifer, I'll just try to find out Jennifer.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is the power cut, Jennifer?
No, in her, it's got
Oh,
stuck.
okay.
No, I think with that, I'm just
Okay,
telling
okay.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you just contact her, ma'am? I don't have her.
I will.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I tried her number. It's not going. So I really don't know what exact. Actually, we have come to the fag end of today's session because it's till 4:30. It was really a wonderful session.
Dr. Maslin,
If
just now I spoke to.
you got a line.
Yes, I spoke
Okay,
to.
okay. I called her from WhatsApp.
No,
Yeah.
because of power cut, she was out of the
Hey, ma'am
program.
is coming back. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she
back.
said that she'll join through her device, maybe through her
I can
mobile.
see her audio winking, so she's back. Yeah. I thought by then, if students have any doubts, kindly make a note. You will never get an opportunity to meet Maya and Charu. They are really taking the show so well, and a lot of doubts. Please get it clarified from them. It's very difficult to reach them also. So make use of the wise opportunity which you have got. I think ma'am is ready. Hope from their journey you would have decided to become an entrepreneur. And yeah, it's always nice to be a job creator rather than seeking for a job. You are the boss. So that's really wonderful. And this pandemic has taught us that we are not dependent on any other, we are dependent on ourselves. So that's how this IIC is also working towards helping you girls to become a job creator and so that many people will be benefited. Uh, Ma'am is ready? No. Actually, I'm the Tamil Nadu president of Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. We have with us rural women. Will you ever imagine rural women teaching, they are doing training programs for their folks and they are seeing to that the people around them are benefited. They are going for farming as well as they're trying to learn some skill and do business too. So to become an entrepreneur, education is not the only criteria. Rural women are they're really doing so well, and they have a big network. It's so amazing to watch them grow too. uh,
Yeah, ma'am is back,
well,
ma'am.
yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am? Uh,
Vandana ma'am.
It was nice
Ma'am, you're
listening to you
muted,
as
ma'am.
well, Dr. Maslin. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing your experiences.
Sincere apologies. My power just went, and
Yeah.
I was trying to get through the phone, but it wasn't working.
It's
So,
okay, ma'am.
anyways, the power is back, so I'm back.
The power is back. Vandana
Okay.
ma'am is back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so now we would, I think we have spoken enough. We need the students to speak up now and see what questions they have.
So can I stop presenting,
Yes,
ma'am?
yes, you can stop the presentation. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Girls, a question doesn't mean it has to be a very intelligent question. Need not necessary.
No,
Any type
it
of
shouldn't be
question.
intelligent.
No,
It
ma'am.
shouldn't be intelligent.
Usually, students have that fear. What if I ask something which is not very, in their terms, if I ask a stupid question, what would the people think? Not like that. Whatever comes to your mind, please
Please,
ask.
please, please, and be our friends. We don't get
Yeah.
intimidated by us.
And I again say, you won't get these people back. So
No,
kindly don't make use of the opportunity which is given to you. Make
no
make Tamil
questions
In
Nadu
can
fact,
proud,
come.
in
girls.
fact, I will give a small thing. I was very nervous before doing this. So, it's okay.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes.
As teachers, how can we act as a good support system to our students who aspire to become entrepreneurs?
First, become their friends. The most important thing is they should be able to connect with you at any time. Today, my staff in my office or my factory just come to me, even in the middle of the night, they'll call you, ma'am, I'm at such a problem. What can I do? So, even if you don't have a solution to it, you give them that listening ear. That's all they need, and that will create a better bonding. And in the process, it's not that because you are a teacher only you can teach. You can learn from others also. The students do give us a lot of learning. This generation knows much more than what we know. I'm awed by their intelligence and the way they have logical solutions to everything. So it's a give and take. I think first most primary thing is and be friendly. Befriend them before you can do anything.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please ask the students to join COVI as young COVI. The hand
Yes,
holding which you get
yes.
from COVI is it's really wonderful. It's amazing.
So,
Lot of experienced people
if I
we
can
have.
know how many girls are here, or is it all girls?
All girls.
Oh, all girls. So now, if I can see your pretty faces, mine is not so pretty, but I'm still showing it.
Girls, please unmute.
Girls, please turn on your cameras.
Yeah. So let's talk about Young Kowe a bit. Young Kowe is has been formed to inculcate the culture of entrepreneurship at a very young age. So this is the right time when you start giving, image to your thoughts. So far, you're just thinking, "Ha, I want to grow up." You ask a small child, "It's a mujhe doctor banna hai. I want to become a doctor." At that age, he might want to or she might want to become a doctor, but 5 years down the line, say, "Nah, doctor is not my cup of tea." I thought I would want to become a doctor one day. Then when my bio teacher said you have to dissect a cockroach, I said, "No, thank you. I don't want to become a doctor. Let me think of something else." So there is an evolving process there also, because as you grow year on year, you'll start thinking, "No, this is what I want to do." But when you're just getting out of college, it's the right time to start thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. And that is where Young Cove comes in, because then we kind of do those entrepreneur development classes for you, or those programs for you, where you can decide what is it that is interesting me. Not everybody has that entrepreneur bit in them. That mind is always there. It's not that I don't want to get into. You'll get into a cushy job, you'll have to report to somebody else. As an entrepreneur, you are your own boss. So there is a big difference. When the boss says do this, you don't have an option to say no, I won't do this. As an entrepreneur, you say, okay, I don't want to work today, I won't work today. So that liberty is yours. At Young Cove, you get, your pathway right. You kind of get an insight into, this is the path I want to take. You are yet to get married, yet to bear children. It's a normal process that we all go through. So when your enterprise is already set before you get married, those 5 years or 7 years you have to devote when you are kind of settling into your marriage, getting to know your in-laws, you're rearing children, bringing up to a certain level. You have a support system because your enterprise is already there. So when the support system is there, your enterprise may not be flourishing at that time, but because it is there, you will put in efforts. And we women are very good at multitasking. We can manage everything. Trust me, tell a man to do two things simultaneously, they'll not be able to do it. While you're walking from your main door to your kitchen or your room, something, you'll see a thing on the way, you'll pick it up and, kind of try to put it in the place where it should be. So we have that God gift with us. So let's put it to the best use. And young Covey stage is the right time to focus on what you want to do in your life. If you want to do a job, it is your decision. Nobody has to, kind of counter that. But you can give enterprise a thought. Become an entrepreneur. It's yes, Marceline, tell me, please.
No, ma'am. There, my entrepreneur thinking started to pull the girls to the young Covey for Tamil Nadu.
We can start it right away.
Yeah. Business. Think business, girls.
Yes, think business. And look up to anybody. You don't have to look up to Ambani's and Adani's only. No, we are also there. So
one day.
And we are all entrepreneurs. Yeah. Aspirations. If you don't dream big, you don't get there.
Yeah. Now, any day have you thought that at the knock of the bell, food will arrive? There was the idea of Swiggy and Zomato. So like that, girls, you will have various ideas. Come out.
And your idea could be the best.
Yeah.
So give it a thought, bring it out to others. You never know where you will click.
You make something, you show it to others, sell it, make some money. There you are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You study and you earn also. Learn while you earn.
There are immense opportunities with Google being our, God right now. Google Devta, we call it, everything is available at the click of a button. Every information you want, every channel you want, you are able to get everything. In our days, we had to work for everything. I'm still looking forward to a question which I might not be able to answer.
They're all thinking, I guess, ma'am.
Good.
They've got the answers through Ms. Charu.
No, even if they are thinking, it's very good. Yes, it's very good. Even if they are thinking, at least we've got their grey cells working.
Yes.
I think we have come to the end of the session. This session is really informative. My personal feedback, I would say, it didn't stop with the resource.
Where's our anchor?
I think we've lost her.
Yeah. So she wanted to say that it didn't stop with the resource person. We had two more to support her talk. We had Charu and Maya doing a wonderful job of explaining. It was just like hearing from the horse's mouth, as ma'am had mentioned, first-hand information, whatever we say, that was so direct, and it was from their experience, and it was nice to listen to them. I guess the students must be wondering, why not I become like them one day? Jennifer,
Yes.
are you back?
No, I think she's not.
Yeah. As she wanted to say that this is the best session. So many people had come and gone. So all credits to Vandana ma'am. She's back. Yes, take over, Jennifer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back. So yeah, there was a power cut, so that's why the Wi-Fi got disconnected. Thank you so much, Miss Vandana, for actually. We never expected to main insights. You know, you brought in Miss Charu and Miss Maya, which was really a surprise element in this session, and it's the hands-down experience which they shared along with you was really wonderful and mind-blowing. I think students would definitely need some time to sink in and get back with ideas. This will definitely help them to think. Okay, this is not impossible, as you said. It's really possible. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting and making this 1 hour session very very useful, ma'am. Thank you to Miss
Thank you. I hope I've
Charu
been
and
able to
Miss
do
Maya as
justice.
well. Yes,
And
definitely,
Thank
ma'am.
Maslin
And
ma'am here, really.
yes, thank you, Miss.
Because of Maslin,
Yeah,
we
Dr.
got to know.
Maslin is really a blessing to us because she brought in the right person for the right session. Thank you so much, ma'am. May I now request Miss Prema Kumari, Assistant Professor, Department of Home Science NND, to propose the vote of thanks.
Can I just say
Jennifer,
two
before
words
the vote of
to?
thanks, shall we take a photograph, Jennifer?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. I'll share the screen, ma'am. 1 minute.
Yes, please.
And thank you, Maya and Charu, for being my left and right arm.
Thank you
I
for
couldn't
having
have
us.
done it without you.
Thank you, Vandana, and thank you, everyone.
And thank you for inviting me, having that confidence in me. Thank you so much.
We're really honored, ma'am, to have the national president of 2122 with us here.
Thank you.
Sharmila, is it over? Done?
Done, ma'am.
Thank you, Sharmila. Yes, Jennifer, we can proceed.
Thank you, ma'am. Requesting Miss Prema Kumari, ma'am, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yes. Happy evening, everyone. It is a great honor and privilege to be a part of this wonderful knowledge sharing event today. On behalf of the institution's Innovation Council of Anna Adarsh College for Women, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Vandana Maheshwari, President of COVE, Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs of India, and the Managing Director of VRK Extrusions Private Limited. Thank you so much, ma'am, for presenting an extremely useful discussion on the establishment and operation of a successful business enterprise. The clarity on the concepts of pre-incubation and incubation were exceptional. I definitely believe that the lecture served as an eye-opener for the young audience today. I extend my thanks to Ms. Charu Dhyani and Ms. Maya Vivek for their valuable inputs along the session. I express my deep sense of gratitude to the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell for selecting our prestigious institution for conducting Impact Lecture Series 2022. Their guidance and support throughout has made such informative sessions possible for the benefit of students, staff, academicians, and professionals at large. I thank our management, Punjab Association, for providing us the platform for such informative initiations. My sincere thanks to our respected Madam Principal, Dr. R. Shanti, for her constant support and guidance in the establishment and upgradation of IIC. Thanks to the faculty members of various departments and student participants for their active participation. A special thanks to our vibrant Madam Vice Principal, Dr. Anita Raman, President of IIC of Anna Adarsh College for Women, and Dean of Academics. I would also like to place on record my appreciation to Dr. Marceline Pushpa, Dean, Student Affairs, and Head of the Department of Public Administration for her consistent support rendered for the Impact Lecture session today. My thanks are due to Dr. G. Varalakshmi, Convener, IIC Anna Adarsh College for Women, and Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship Shift 2, for successfully coordinating the entire event. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Jennifer, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Shift 2, for hosting the session throughout. I also thank Ms. Hema Malika, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Shift 2, for her continuous assistance in the social media postings of the entire Impact Lecture session. My thanks to Ms. Madhumita, Assistant Professor, Department of BCA, Shift 2, for the preparation of reports of the event. Thank you very much, Dr. Kavita, Assistant Professor, Department of Tamil, Shift 1, for your assistance in the financial management for the program. Thanks to Dr. Sharmila, Assistant Professor of Department of Corporate Secretaryship, and Ms. Charumati, Department of Commerce, Shift 1, for the certificates. Keeping the best for the last, I thank the Almighty for helping us make this event a grand success. I once again thank each one of you involved in the event for making it a memorable one. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vandana,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vandana, ma'am.
Pleasure being here. Pleasure being in, seeing all of you and interacting with you. Thank you so much for inviting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, and
Bye
thanks
bye.
to even
Bye
Maya
bye.
and Sari. Yeah, bye. Bye, Varalakshmi. Bye, bye. Yeah.
Bye everybody.
Yeah.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, bye, bye.
Shall we wind up, Sharmila?
Yes, ma'am.